So, here we are again. What's the solution to 99 out of 100 problems? I'll tell you. It's money. It's what makes the world go round. Everybody wants it. And most will do whatever it takes to get it. And ironically, do you know the one place where money solves absolutely nothing?
Money in the bank.
Cha-ching. This isn't about money. It's about power.
I am going to ruin wrestling for everyone.
Opportunity.
It is a moment which will change lives forever.
And last chances.
If you can beat me, I will never challenge you for that title ever again.
This is a place where contact becomes currency. Where you gotta reach out and grab success by the briefcase.
Climb the ladder, grab the briefcase, win the contract, guarantee yourself a World Heavyweight Championship opportunity.
Where leaving a legacy is always worth the investment.
This is what the last real champion looks like.
Even when that requires trading the good for the bad.
You've ruined enough!
What are you waiting for?
What? Let's go!
The danger off the chart, but the prize makes it worth it.
You got yourself a partner in Logan Paul. I got myself a brother in the world heavyweight champion. Let me hear you say, Yeet!
The fuse has been lit. Who wants it most? Welcome to Money in the Bank.
This, ladies and gentlemen, is what Money in the Bank is all about.
And now, Cash App presents WWE Money in the Bank.
Hey, this is WWE and ECW alumni, the Blue Meanie, and you're listening to PCW.
The question is, are you ready?
Let me talk to you.
I will give you a show like you have never, ever seen before. Why? Because I can.
What do you guys want to talk about?
I am that damn good.
I am the B-E-S-T.
In the color red, in a world full of black and white, I am the eater of worlds. Yeah, if you're some man, acknowledge me. The champ is here. But to be the man, you gotta beat the man, and I'm saying, woo, right here.
Hey, yo.
The best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome back to another episode of PCW Podcast Championship Wrestling. I am your host, Wayne, also known as Semi-Dry Chicken, and here we are again. And let me tell you, what is 99 problems could be solved by what? Money. What makes the world go round? It's fucking money. But guess what? Not tonight. It's not about the money. It's about power. It's about opportunity. It's about last chances. It is about the Money in the Bank. And I'm going to review that today, but not alone. When we're also going to cover what happened on Monday Night Raw. With that said, let's bring them on out.
It's on me now, Oos. Hey, I'ma get them all. I'ma get them all, Oos. Yeah. I'ma get them.
Hey, Dre, welcome back, buddy.
Yo, what it do, PCW crew? Main event, Dre Uso is back on your podcast.
That music hits a little different this time. It's not so. I don't feel so hyped. I'm not yeeting as much. I mean, we'll get into it after we talk about Money in the Bank, but music hits a little differently this week, doesn't it?
Hey, nobody stays on top forever.
Nope. But we'll get.
Ain't nothing but a setback.
Yep, nothing but a setback. All right, man. Let's dig into Money in the Bank. In the Intuit Dome, attendance was 17,069. That's a lot for that little arena. Actually, before we get there, did you catch the Worlds Collide? Because I really didn't get a chance to, as much as I wanted to, because the card looked really good. I saw maybe some highlights. If you did, what did you catch?
Yeah, I did catch some of it. I didn't catch the entire pay-per-view. I did catch the opening match, which the 6-man tag match, which had LWO of WWE taking on Octagon Jr., Aerostar, and apparently the fastest rising star in wrestling right now, Mr. Iguana.
Huh, dude, yes. I didn't know.
That match... Yeah, and Carlos, he kind of gave us a heads up, which, shout out to Carlos, he gave us a heads up of who to keep an eye on from AAA in the match,
right,
which he highlighted, keep an eye on Aerostar and Octagon Jr., which, don't get me wrong, those two definitely showed out in the match. They performed, great. And seeing the guys in LWO being able to work much more freely and work with guys that you can tell they're clearly familiar with, that they've worked with in the past. It showed. I mean, Dragon Lee showed out. Cruz del Toro, he absolutely showed out in this match. You could tell, like, he felt it. He was working like he felt liberated in that match. The way he was cutting up and showing out in that match, definitely. But clear star of the show was Mr. Iguana. He was the clear star of that match. Him and that pet iguana that he has. Every time he came in the ring, every time he worked, the crowd just ate it all up, and everybody played into it. And you would think it would, a gimmick like that, a pet iguana would play stupid,
right?
Like, oh my god, this dumb gimmick, but it worked in that match. Like it worked in an entertaining way without making the match completely ridiculous.
How much longer until we're gonna start selling like iguanas in WWE shop? It's a marketing. Yeah, dude, it's a marketing genius. Like the guys gotta.
There's already talk.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, there's already talk of them shooting him straight to the main roster. Because he's gotten that popular. His merch is selling that well. I meant it when I said fastest rising star.
Yeah, dude, and it's crazy. Like people be like, "Oh, that's such a stupid gimmick." But guess what? That gimmick will write that man a bunch of paychecks. You know what I mean? If it works, it works. Like,
exactly. If you cheered for Mr. Sacco, you cannot hate on the Mr. Iguana.
Right. And dude, it's great. Like every once in a while, you get a superstar who transcends the internet. Like just basically, I wasn't watching, but yet I've seen so much footage of this guy in just a few days just because of how popular he's been. I mean, it's just like Joe Henry was like that. I didn't fucking know who Joe Henry was, but he became a very fast rising star at just being popular with the gimmick. Like, and WWE is definitely like showcasing that. Like, they're promoting the right wrestlers. You know, that's what I'm seeing on the social media, and I don't know, dude. This is awesome. I think this merge with AAA. Yeah.
Now I will say that, you know, it's TBD how much staying power this has, because obviously we do live in a meme TikTok, you know, microwave culture where something is hot one moment and a week later it's whatever, we're done, we're over this, you know.
Yep.
So whether Mr. Iguana is just a flash in the pan or a flavor of the month thing, or whether this is something that has real legs, is to be determined.
Right. I mean,
we'll see how it goes, but for right now, he's hot as fish grease, and WWE's going to cash in and take advantage.
Right. I mean, we've all had, you know, moments in time that we've all latched to. You know, Rusev Day would be, I could say, could be one of them.
Yeselmania.
Walk with Elias. You know, even Fandango. Enzo Amore and
Enzo Amore and
God, Big Cass, dude. Yeah, like there's just some things that the crowd just freaking loves, and it just catches.
Exactly. So we'll see about that, but that match was great. I missed the follow up match with the second match, which was Stephanie Vaquera and Lola Vice against Chic Tormenta and Dallas. Sad I missed that match, because I'm pretty sure that was quite a sight to behold, and the second of 3 matches for Stephanie Vaquera in 24 hours.
Yeah.
Jesus, shout out to her. I missed that one. I came back part of the way through the Legado del Fantasma match, taking on... No, I take that back. No, I did miss that. I missed that match too. Legado del Fantasma versus El Hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr., Pagano, and Psycho Clown. I missed that one too. So,
Psycho Clown
worked out. I would imagine it was probably a good match. When I came back in was during the Fatal 4-Way match that they have for the NXT North American Championship. Ethan Page, Javon Evans, Laredo Kid, and Ray Phoenix. The motherfuckers was cooking. They was cooking. Like, Javon Evans, if he wasn't over in El Mexico before this match, he over with them folk now. Because he was out that joint flying. And the crowd was clearly got behind him in this match. Laredo, Ray Phoenix, obviously they did their thing. Ethan Page did his thing as a heel. But the clear showcase was between the other 3.
Right.
Like, Ethan Page can't fly around like those other guys. He can't pull off the same type caliber moves like they do. So most of what I saw was Javon, Laredo, and Phoenix showing out, and then Ethan Page would pop in, do something heelish, take one of them out, try to get a pin or something like that, which he did end up winning in the end, which honestly I expected it, but still felt disappointing given how the other ones were going at it. And then, of course, the main event was El Hijo de Vikingo versus Chad Gable, which I'm just going to say right now, best match of the whole weekend, in my opinion. This match right here was better than anything that was on that happened at Money in the Bank. This match was an absolute main event pay-per-view caliber match. Those two went the fuck at it. It might be, I ain't saying it is, but it's going to be it's a nominee for match of the year.
Really?
The match was that good. That good.
That's just saying right there. It's definitely worth going back and just watching this PLE and hold it.
Yeah. It's worth consideration. Whether it's, I'm not saying it is my match of the year. I'm not saying it's in first place, but it's it's in the running. It's under consideration. The match was that damn good.
Fucking bookmark that. I don't think I would have bookmarked, a Worlds Collide match to be in that. Yeah, that's awesome. You know what I thought about? What if Chad Gable would have won, right? Would have won that title, but like to being kind of forced to only being able to wear that title as Chad Gable, but not El Grande Americano. You know what I mean?
That like he would crazy.
That right? Like he has the title, but like he also doesn't have the title. Like,
or imagine if he would have won that title as Chad Gable and won the Money in the Bank briefcase as El Grande.
Dude, whoa. Talk about some crazy fucking writing that it could have done. What a swerve.
And him having to play double duty.
just threatening to...
Or somebody go...
Oh, dude, like just threatening to get to Chad.
Or have somebody trying to gas him up, gassing up El Grande and be like, you know what you should do, Grande? You should cash in against Chad Gable for the AAA Mega Championship.
Yeah, dude, that would be great. Just like talking shit on the mic to him every week, and just like Chad's just like, I don't understand why he's so mad at me. Like, now he's just running me down, and like, like I thought we were friends.
Yeah. That would be funny.
Oh man,
having promos back and forth like Grande Americano cuts a promo shitting on Chad Gable. Chad Gable cuts a promo dunking on freaking Grande Americano.
I could definitely see them pulling off a split screen interview. Shit!
Then book the match.
Yeah, book it.
Go all the way.
Book it.
Just have Chad Gable versus Grande Americano,
right?
AAA Mega Championship.
Yeah, I don't care who the fuck's really you get to play El Grande Americano at this point. It would just be funny, just because the storyline would fucking work.
Right. It'd be funny, but it'd probably only be funny for us in America. I think folks in Mexico would probably be pissed about it. So. it was the right call for Vikingo, dude.
Yeah, absolutely. But still, this is why you and me aren't writers on the show. Because we're full of good fucking ideas, I'll tell you that.
I have some good fucking ideas. I don't care what nobody's saying.
All right, man. Let's get into this Money in the Bank pay-per-view. Take it away.
All right, well. You will tell me to take it away just as soon as I put some fucking pasta in my damn mouth.
That's right. Well, I want to bring this up. I was talking about the attendance earlier, 17,069. But I later found out when I was looking, I'm rewatching it now like I always do. When I'm watching this, there's green lights everywhere, right? I thought like a dumb fuck, like, oh, that's like maybe some sort of light sequences that they do for like maybe some entrances. I don't know. I thought it'd be something unique. And it's not. It's representing an empty seat in the house. And then now that I know that, I'm looking at it and it's like, wow, we got a lot of empty fucking seats. I understand the one, by the entrance area, that's obvious. You're not going to have anybody sitting over there. You're going to have a bunch of green lights. But hard cam side, I'm looking at the screen and just seeing like huge gaps of just empty seats.
Yeah, well, there was an obvious reason for that, and it was because of what's going on in California, the protests and all that stuff happening out there.
Yeah.
So that was affecting people getting to the arena itself, which was why at the beginning of the show it seemed like damn near only half full, if that. But it obviously, as the show went on, it's filled in more and more. I mean, I imagine people who got there late were probably mad as hell that they may have missed, still the start of the show or maybe even the first match, or who knows, depending on when they got there.
Yeah, I mean, or
damn show did not look good at the beginning.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Sometimes we forget that like real world problems could be happening right outside our wrestling door. Hell, even I remember when we were going to WrestleMania, WrestleMania 40. The traffic was backed up because Donald Trump was driving through.
Yeah.
So it was like, oh man, we're gonna be fucking late because the president of the United States is driving through. The WWE Hall of Famer. So I would bring him up when Doyle's not on here. He's gonna kill me.
Right.
I can hear him right now chiming in. Doyle just saying,
Go fuck yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
So,
go for
go
it.
ahead and start off with the first match, which was the women's Money in the Bank ladder match, which had, Stephanie Vicaire in her third match in 24 hours, Rhea Ripley, Julia, Alexa Bliss, Roxanne Perez, and Naomi. This match went for, surprisingly, 25 minutes and 15 seconds. Second longest match of the card. Excuse me. So yeah, the match was great. Obviously, the women, they always show out in this match, as they always do. I think this match, as opposed to the men's match, in the beginning had genuine intrigue as far as who was going to win. I think all three of us picked somebody different to win. I don't know. I didn't catch what Doyle's pick was beforehand. But I think I had picked... Did I pick? I think I picked just Stephanie Vicaire to win. You had picked what?
Naomi.
You did pick Naomi?
Yeah.
Okay. Who did Doyle have picked?
He may have had Rhea, I believe. Which, like, all good fucking picks though.
Yeah, like
all very good reasons
beforehand. Yeah, you could make a legit argument for practically any one of the six to have won the briefcase. And I'm genuinely happy that they picked Naomi. Even though I may have picked Vicaire because I thought, my reasoning was that she had the rocket strapped to her and that they were going to shoot her straight to the top, and I thought this might have been part of it. But I do think Naomi was the better pick because the work that she's been putting in, especially since turning heel, she's made it work. And I've always been a skeptic of the whole crazy woman gimmick, Oh, this woman's turning heel. Oh, she's going to be the crazy one. She's going to be the insane one, the unstable one. I've never seen it work for anybody.
Yeah, true.
Like, it happens, and I can't think of any woman that's really made it stick and work to on a championship level. Like, they do it for a while. It never really connects. It doesn't really resonate with nobody. They maybe are mid-card at best, but can't ever take it to that main event level. Naomi is showing that she can take this to a main event level.
Right.
She's managing to thread that needle just right to be crazy, quote unquote, but still remain dangerous and legitimate. And winning this Money in the Bank match helps that out a lot.
Right.
I won't say that there's any particular. I don't think there's any particular spots that really stood out to me in this match that I can say like, oh, I remember that spot or that spot. Other than Stephanie Vicaire doing I can't remember, the Devil's Kiss on the ladder, which she did it to, I think, Rhea Ripley.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah.
On the ladder.
Fucking.
With anything of yours that stood out to you in this match?
Oh, well, shout out to Naomi and Rhea for having best outfit of the night, for sure. This... yeah, you know what? You're right, though. Like, it was a solid match, but there weren't really a lot of points that I would say stuck out. Because even after this match and the next one, I still feel like I just wasn't into it yet. I was like, I feel like we were just getting warmed up, and normally the women put on like a banger of a match, especially for like a ladder match, and then it's always like a good one to have to follow up for the men. I mean, I was pretty happy with the results that we got. Like you said, dude, like this is the way all Money in the Bank ladder matches should be, where every competitor is definitely somebody you could see winning it. Everybody has, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not out of the realm of possibility for any of these superstars to go on as Money in the Bank winner and champion one day. There's, like you said, a solid argument for everybody in the match. And that's how I think every Money in the Bank should be for here on out. Just really digging into who has the best fit storyline for for the time being. Maybe we have former champions who are trying to regain gold, like Rhea. Like, popular fucking pick. Like, a lot of people on the internet were assuming Rhea was going to win it. And I was, and Alexa Bliss just recently coming back. Everybody had a solid argument. But at the end of the day, first storyline going forward, I think Naomi's, dude, it's great. Like you said, we've had the crazy girl gimmick before. It works for some wrestlers. It doesn't. Let me see. Nikki Cross had it. AJ Lee was very similar. Victoria, Mickey James. So some of these can work, not very long. But I do like the unique twist on her gimmick, or on her character alone. It's keeping her relevant. Naomi is a former women's champion. Not to the newer women's world title. I think like a SmackDown champion or something. But yeah, she's held a significant amount of championships. So like, she's no stranger to the main event scene. It's been a while since she's been there.
And a former TNA woman. And a former TNA Knockouts champion.
True, but I don't think she's won a women's title since being back in WWE, right?
No, not since her WWE return.
So, yeah, after her and Sasha walked out.
Sasha left us.
So, I mean, if this is how long it took to bounce back, but she did it on her own. Granted, she is working still side by side with Bianca and Jade. And I feel like this is where it's going. We're going to get either a triple threat, or, Naomi's going to get the title, and, we're going to see Jade Cargill, because I'm hearing Jade Cargill's going straight to the top, right to the main event scene for the women's. And who better first to feud with than Naomi? Whether she has the title or not, Naomi's looming over her with that briefcase, or, she's going after Naomi after she's cashed in. Either way, like, I'm pretty excited to where it's going.
Like I said, my prediction is that Jade Cargill is probably heading for the main event scene.
Right.
But I don't see her having a significant WWE Women's Champion or Women's World Championship title reign. I think she might get in a match for the title. She might win the match and immediately be cashed in upon by Naomi. And Naomi's going to become the actual champion.
Right. I mean, for a heel move.
Get that 5-minute reign, like what Damian Priest said. I mean, not Damian, like what Drew had at WrestleMania.
Yeah. Like just getting it stolen from you.
Pretty much.
And it sucks too. It sucks when it's your
from under.
Yeah, it really sucks when it's your very first title win, right? Especially for Jade, like being her first title win, or world title win in WWE, just having that snatched out from you. Oh my god, that's gonna suck. I think who else I seen that happen to? Rey Mysterio, I think, won.
Imagine the heat.
Dude, the heat.
Imagine the heat that
Nuclear
Naomi would
heat.
get for that.
And you know what though? We're gonna dig into it too for the men's. I mean, there's one for the men's I want to talk about later that would be nuclear. But yeah, like that's what I love about the Money in the Bank briefcase, man. Like it creates like this power that you have looming over the champion at any time. And it's not just the world champion. We've seen him cashed in on like mid-card titles too. Which I think is cool too, because that just shows like nobody's, off limits. Every champion, and even NXT, like every champion is at risk of losing their title at any time. And that, that opportunity will just arise. But yeah, I did like, what move did I want to point out? The one where Stephanie and Rhea on that ladder. Booker T would have loved that.
Yep.
Her what's that? I don't know what that move is called, where she like takes the knees and slams you. Yeah, the devil's kiss. Is that what that is? She does it on the ladder to Rhea. I know there was another spot where they took Rhea and they like buried her with a bunch of ladders, which I always think is a funny spot when they bury the shit out of somebody. Because I know like when they throw those ladders, like the first like 2 or 3 ladders that they throw, you know it's gotta hurt like hell. After that, it's just like, yeah, no problem, just keep burying them over top. Yeah. That first one they chuck at you.
Yeah, I do appreciate that there was actually some intelligence in this match too, because I think there was one spot where Roxanne and somebody else were both on the ladder. Mm-hmm. And I think Alexa Bliss grabbed it. The ladder was about to push it over. And rather than do the thing that they normally do where it's like, oh, we see the person about to push us off the ladder. Let's just hold on and ride it all the way down. They both just jumped off.
Yeah.
It was like, okay, that shows that somebody's actually thinking and actually using some intelligence in the match. And like, we're not just going to take this spot like normal. Like, no. We're going to get the hell out of Dodge and just bail on it. Mm-hmm. So, little subtle moments like that are things I appreciate.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't look like anybody really got too hurt during this match either, which is nice. Because always during these ladder matches, man, like I always fear somebody's going to come out with an injury of some kind. And, like as a fan, you don't want that. Like you want to see really good spots. You want to see maybe the character getting written off for a bit, but you don't want to see anybody really get hurt.
They get really hurt. No, we've all seen that in the past. Everybody remembers Joey Mercury getting his face blown up by a ladder.
Jesus.
Nobody wants that.
You brought that up because I was just thinking that. Because, they don't do a lot of catapulting with ladders anymore. Now it's a lot of
knocking the ladder into somebody's face.
No, I mean, that's maybe it's not just for safety. I think it's more of the wrestlers have seen it happen and cringe at it and like, no. But,
yeah. And if it catches you off guard, and if all it takes for you to not be prepared for that spot, like he was, or not get your face up to guard yourself, and it's a wrap.
Yep, that's true.
Especially,
man.
God forbid, that happens to one of the women in a match. Catch that?
God.
Jesus,
no way! They're so beautiful. Don't do that. No. Also, when wrestlers are doing shit on the ladders, like ladders that are laid out sideways, I always wonder, worry about their legs getting caught, falling through line, dislocating like a knee or some shit. Because I'm always
I mean, there's a lot of risk.
Yeah, dislocating your knee. I mean, that's what I mean. Like, I love ladder matches. This is why I think this match in particular has become like a staple in the year of like pay-per-views I look forward to. Like, because ladder matches are
one guaranteed ladder match you're getting every year.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and we're always gonna get broken ladders, which I always think is fucking funny. The amount of ladders we go through. But yeah, that's really all I got for this match. I mean, good opener match though.
Yeah.
Not fire, but the girls did cook.
Yeah, it was a good match. I don't think it was quite as good as last year's, but still a good match.
Yeah.
But yeah. Following this up, we had an impromptu match that was teased, well not teased, but booked at Worlds Collide, because at one point in the match, at one point during the show, they showed Dominic Mysterio in attendance, and he got into it with Octagon pretty much right after the opening match. I believe they got into it, and then Dom talked shit, yada yada, said, come see me at Money in the Bank. I'll even put the title on the line. Which, just from a booking standpoint, I thought that was dope. The fact that they booked a match at the earlier show to happen at the later show, and just impromptu like that. Just that spontaneity I loved. Unfortunately, the match itself did not live up to the hype of the spontaneity, because Dominic Mysterio defeated Octagon Jr. by pinfall in less than 5 minutes.
Yeah.
In this Intercontinental title match. Which, again, I think was a real disappointment. Because anybody who was watching Worlds Collide and saw what was happening at that show, and then thought, oh, we about to get Octagon Jr. versus Dominic Mysterio later? We're expecting them to have a good match. Thinking they're really going to cook. Like, we about to get, a little bit of Worlds Collide in this Money in the Bank. Thinking that, Octagon Jr., we just saw what he did in that match. We thinking he about to cook. We know Dom has untapped potential.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and thinking if he gets in there with a real luchador, he can probably really show out, show us some stuff that he's been, keeping under wraps and really, really cut loose. At least that's what I think most of us were hoping for and expecting. And instead we got a little basic match, couple little cool spots, and Liv Morgan interference, Octagon taken out, frog splash, 1, 2, 3. It's not really much to say about it other than it was a disappointment after the way they hyped it up after the segment we got at Worlds Collide and the hype and the anticipation and really looking forward to this match just to get what it basically amounted to is a 5-minute skit, more or less. I think they deserve better. I think the match deserved better. But it is what it is. Yeah,
I mean, last minute throwing a match in there. We predicted only 4. I mean, sometimes it's nice when they throw in a match out of nowhere, especially a title match, being so sudden. But yeah, they just did not get enough time. 4 minutes and 55 seconds is not enough time. Even like Attitude Era women's matches standards, that's not enough time, man. What's next? What's next for Dom now? Dirty Dom. I don't know. Feuding more maybe luchadors, I guess. I don't know.
So at some point he's gonna have to have a legitimate challenger for his title. He can't just. I hope they don't need the U.S. title this thing where he just wears it and walks around with it and he's the champion, ain't doing shit with it. Like, too much work has been put into building up this Intercontinental title.
Oh yeah, the prestige
waste away now. Yeah.
And I don't mind a heel weaseling his way through his title reign, but you're gonna need a little bit more better challengers here, better contenders, better matches, longer matches. It's nice to Liv Morgan though. So that was a bonus. I'm not complaining there.
Yeah, nobody's ever going to complain about seeing Liv Morgan.
Yeah, right.
At least not me.
Yep, ditto. So
apparently Topanga was in attendance at Money in the Bank because there's a picture floating around of her and Liv Morgan. I guess backstage took a picture together.
Yep. Yeah. It's like the dream you have right before your alarm clock goes off. It's like, yep, pretty much.
Talk about another one that didn't aged beautifully. Freaking Danielle Fishel.
Yeah, she was sitting behind one of the Kardashians. Because, like, they were showing the Kardashian, and I'm just like, move, because there's somebody I find...
switch seats.
Yeah, switch seats. I was like, the one I find very... what was that? Your childhood crush, We're around the same age, roughly. It's our childhood crush, If you're a kid in the 90s...
If you grew up in the 90s, you had a crush on Topanga.
Yeah, don't lie. We all did. But yeah, that's who I saw immediately. I was like, ooh. And I was kind of pissed they didn't bring her up at first. They did eventually, but I was like, really? And I can put maybe unless, maybe there's some, I wonder if there's some actors who just don't want the attention, which I can understand that. But
maybe, she hasn't been secretive about her WWE fandom.
No,
she's
been true.
Clearly known that she's a WWE fan. She's a sneakerhead.
Yeah, that's true too.
Cool as shit.
Yeah. So sometimes we get some good celebrities that come out. It's always nice seeing which ones are there, especially when you're at the show, and then you're like, oh man, really? I didn't know that. She was. Imagine being in the same arena, not knowing she was there. Like, damn, she was this close to me. I didn't know.
Right.
Could have met her at the concession stand.
Right, exactly. I could have ran into her at concessions.
Danielle Fisher. Oh, what a coincidence. Topanga, right? No way. It's just trying to get popcorn.
What you doing here?
Yeah, what are you doing here? Here's my phone number. It's like, please. I've been writing you handwritten letters since the 90s. Have you gotten any of them?
And that's when her husband shows up.
It's like, hey, pal. Anyway, next match.
Next match, which was the match that I missed this match. I don't know why the hell I missed this match. Something happened where I didn't catch this match. But Becky Lynch facing Lyra Valkyria for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. I remember why I missed this match, because this one I had to step away to go get my goddamn food because fucking Grubhub was taking too goddamn long to deliver my shit, so I got pissed off and just decided to just leave. Because freaking Five Guys is like 3 minutes away from my house, and I thought that it would be ready, but no, I got there and they weren't fucking done with my shit. So I wound up, well, it was supposed to be a 5-minute trip, wound up being a 20-minute trip, which is why I missed this match. Anywho.
Well, you probably missed
Lyra Valkyria, huh?
I said you probably missed the little promo then that was right before it. The American Made was going. Dude, we just talked about this last episode about branding like tables, ladders, and chairs. And what did we get?
Yep.
A fireball ladder. What?
Yep.
The fuck? It's happening, man. It's already in motion.
To go with the Slim Jim table.
Yeah.
That I said was gonna happen.
Yup.
And it sure enough, it was on SmackDown, right? The Go Home SmackDown.
Think so. Yeah.
Where they brought out the Slim Jim table, and somebody went through it. And what did I say was gonna happen? They said somebody's gonna snap into a Slim Jim table or snap through it. And that person went through it. It was wasn't it Piper Niven?
I think so. Yeah.
The table?
My fucking ears were burning too, because
yeah, they said freaking. And here they go on the mic. Joe said the story. She snapped right through that Slim Jim table. I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ. Just,
oh man,
I don't ever want to. If this is what it's going to be, I don't ever want to see a table again.
God, put the tables back. They're gonna pull out the table with a logo. I just want like one time they pull out a table, as soon as the logo appears, they start booing it. So they tell them to put the tables back. Put the tables back.
Right, just put it back. Just chant, put it back.
Put it. Yeah. That would work. Anyway, go ahead.
I don't have much. Again, I don't have anything to say on this match because I missed it. So you go ahead and feel free to take over and talk about this match.
I mean, yeah, this is the end of the feud. You know, this went exactly the way I thought it was going to go. Where, you know, her title run was going to be pretty short. Like, I felt like Becky was on, like, the verge of just adding another title to her glorious amounts of other accolades, you know? And, I mean, why not? Why not put Becky Lynch Intercontinental Champion? That will definitely give that title a hell of a lot more prestige. Not saying that Lyra's not giving it any. But to put Becky Lynch there, I mean, now it does. And you know, it's what happens on Raw is exactly where I thought that was going to go. I called that out as well. So it was kind of predictable, but the match itself, it really wasn't bad. A bunch of, you know, holds here and there, and it really wasn't too memorable, to be honest. That's why I said, like, I wasn't warmed up until after this match. I just found it kind of dull. Becky dominated most of the fucking match. Just series of fucking roll-ups. But when Becky was finally... I think the story was more like when Becky was finally able to put her away. You know, she's making her raise her hand, and not just once, but, you know, go to each corner and acknowledge me, and really fucking healing it up, you know, just rubbing it in. But, like, dude, I just think the whole match, it just, Becky looked like she had her fucking number. Do I want to see any more of these matches? Probably not. I'm content. You know, I want to see this move forward. I want to see Bayley get back into the picture now. There's some unfinished business. But these two seem like they just can't put each other away for the solid 3 count unless it's a schoolboy roll up pin here. Let's see the ending here. It's pretty simple. Becky with the solid DDT to Lyra, who sold it so well. Yeah, and then, I mean, that's all I got for this match. Really, I really don't have much else to say on it to elaborate. It just wasn't as memorable until how it ends. Just furthering the story, but now I feel like Lyra is going to get to the back of the line. It sucks because you think she'd get a rematch, but I don't think she's going to get a rematch. I think she's going to be put to the back of the line or maybe thrown in a triple threat match.
Well, are they done with it? Because what happened this past Monday? Didn't Becky Lynch come out and demand that Lyra come back out and raise her hand properly? Because I guess Lyra raised her hand and then German suplexed her at the PLE?
Yeah, that's how it ended. That's right.
Yeah, so Lyra was going to come out, and then at Monday we got the return of Bayley, looking ever so lovely in her white, beating the dog shit out of Becky Lynch, who then tried to run, only to bump into Lyra, to get thrown back in the ring, to almost catch a rose plant from Bayley before she skedaddled. So, I don't know, maybe we are done with Lyra and Becky for a while, and maybe we'll move on to Becky and Bayley feuding, which I'm guessing that's probably what they're going to pitch going into Evolution, is probably maybe Becky versus Bayley.
Mm-hmm.
Which I'm here for.
Yeah. I'm over this
Lyra's
feud.
inner IC title reign never really did anything for me in the first place because, like I said, I to this point, I still don't know what the hell her finisher is because she never won a match with it.
Yeah.
She always had to win the match with something else, which to me is never a good sign.
Yeah. And sometimes I just hate when matches or feuds are all roll-ups. Not putting them away for a solid 3 count, maybe not a submission, but that's all this.
You're not getting a definitive win.
That's all this feud has been, man. Just roll-ups. Because that's how Becky won the title.
You're not getting a definitive win. You're not putting your stamp on I beat you. It's I got by. I managed to sneak by. And that's pretty much all she was doing with Becky Lynch. Was, just barely getting by.
Yeah.
This match, and I just barely got by, got the win. And then Becky finally just got tired of it. Was like, no, I'm Becky Lynch. I'm better than you.
Yeah. I mean, that's how it feels, though. It's you're just getting by. Barely. I understand, some fights are memorable that we know, feuds are memorable. Okay, so, for example, Jay and Gunther, we know that Jay made Gunther tap out. That's memorable. Not on a series of roll-ups.
Regardless of how people may feel about how quickly it is, it's still definitive. Jay beat Gunther.
Yeah,
just like
Sami
this past Monday,
has beat Gunther.
It was definitive. Gunther beat Jay.
Right.
Definitive.
Yeah. Yeah, and you know what too? It's well, I'm not going to get into.
They gotta have an I Quit match now.
What, the women?
No, I was thinking of Jay and Gunther. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I'm thinking ahead too.
For a second, I was like, they gotta have a tiebreaker, and it should probably be an I Quit match.
Yeah, probably at this point. You know what's funny is the whole put the title around my waist thing just hits differently now that the titles have Velcro instead of buttons.
Right. Right.
I get it though, because yeah. I mean, I forget when they went from the buttons to the Velcro. I get it. I understand it. Because, you don't want to be fucking with the buttons. But, it's always been...
You struggling to unsnap a button or put it on. You struggling to snap the buttons and this.
But like it just makes me feel like it's more of a toy when it's Velcro. Like
they should at least make the Velcro color match to the belt so you don't see it so obviously. So this black patch across the back of the fucking belt. At least spend the extra money to make it white Velcro for the women's belts. I mean, on the men's belts, yeah, you don't see it because it's the belts are black. But pony up a little extra cash, get white Velcro for the women's belts so it blends. Pony up a little bit more cash, get some burgundy Velcro for the NXT North American belt so it blends. Mm-hmm. Y'all got the money for it. Somebody got a can of spray paint somewhere. Something. Shit.
Yep. There's a new I saw a promo between matches here. I didn't get to see who's all in it. I know the Motor City Machine Guns and Stephanie Vaquer are two of them, but WWE 2K has another DLC pack coming out. You know, every year I think about buying the game, and there's always some sort of a setback with me not getting it. And then there's just so much microtransactions, it's ridiculous. It's just a roster that you'll just never be able to catch up to. You know, every time I think about wanting to play, the wrestler I want to use isn't available. Or, you know, that's what's great about the community creations.
Yep. Oh, so-and-so, you want somebody in the game? Somebody made them. Here it is.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, I'm impressed. Some people put some freaking time into it. With the entrances, moves, everything. Like, if you really want, like, Jeff Hardy in the game, somebody will put Jeff Hardy in the game for you. So.
Yep. That's the beauty of the community. Like, DLC. Motherfucker, we got DLC right here. Fuck, I'm paying for 70 for care for. We made her 3 weeks ago.
Right. All right, man. I'm ready for the next match.
All right. Next match was the men's Money in the Bank ladder match with Seth Rollins, Andrade for the second time, El Grande Americano, and his Money in the Bank ladder match debut, in a manner of speaking. LA Knight for the third time in this match, Penta and Solo Sikoa. I'm going to say this match was better than I thought it was going to be. I'll say that. I thought this was pretty much going to be like, you know, your typical men's match, power spots, high spots, yada, yada, blah, 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 and ultimately somebody wins. But the fact that they introduced some genuine storytelling elements into this match, I think is what took this match to the next level. Not so much the performances or the spots in the match. It was the storytelling that elevated this match from, and really most of the storytelling that happened towards the end of the match. Like, as far as spots go, there's really only one spot that really stood out to me, and that was El Grande Americano in his ladder spot, where he climbed up the ladder on the outside of the ring to the ladder that was leaned up against the turnbuckle and basically fell on that one to the ladder in the ring. Like, that was a dope spot. That was an absolutely brilliant spot. I love that. That was probably the best spot in the whole match. Outside of that, nothing else was really memorable from a spot standpoint. But the storytelling when Seth Rollins just could not get there, and then here come his henchmen out, you know, Braun and Bronson. Sounds like a law firm or something. Braun and Bronson.
Yeah.
But yeah, when they come out and they start laying waste to everybody, and then you're immediately like, oh, well, if he got goons, I know somebody else who got goons too. Dude. Sure enough, here comes freaking Jacob and the other one.
What are we calling him now? JC? What are we calling him?
JC something. I was about to say JC Chazé. He's not in sync. But yeah. But then here they come out to even the odds, and they get to scrapping and brawling with everybody and brawling with each other. So, which, you know, that was, again, arguably the most interesting spot in the whole match.
Right.
Solo Jacob eventually lays everybody out, helps Solo go up there. Solo goes to climb, and then here comes Jacob.
Mm-hmm.
Grabbing that ankle, like, hold on there, player. I got something I got to say to you. I hate you, Solo.
Dude.
The moment that Doyle had been waiting for so long.
I know. That's what I was, like, excited for. I was like, he said it. He said exactly what Doyle said he was going to say. He said it months ago. I don't know. I've rather enjoyed this match. I liked fucking Solo mocking everybody's gimmick. Mocking LA Knight.
Mocking Penta.
Mocking Penta. I was dying. Just but yeah, the storytelling in this match was great. I think it's JC Mateo, by the way. Mateo?
Okay, JC Mateo.
Yeah. And yeah, when Seth, like you said, just couldn't get the job done, man. Having the henchmen come out, I got all excited because I was like, oh yeah, man, definitely not the only guy with henchmen. So it was kind of cool seeing like two heel factions like kind of collide. Yeah. It's always fun because you're like, I don't care who wins, you know.
You just want to see people beat the shit out of each other.
Yeah, it's just like big men slapping meat, man. Just there's a lot of weight in that ring. That'd be an interesting match as you see.
I tell you, I hope they explore that feud beyond just this match.
What I also liked is a wrestler like Seth Rollins being such a good wrestler. You know, being thrown in a match with these guys like Andrade, Grande Americano, you know, Chad Gable, LA Knight, Penta, and Solo. Like, I think this was like the perfect mix-up. These guys all brought something unique and cool to the table. And Seth, you don't see guys like Seth Rollins get to shake it out with some of these mid-card guys as much because, you know, he's always in the main event scene. Just some of these guys in general, you don't get to see mix it up. And it was great. Like, I think it was great. It had a lot of good spots. You know, you got the spot where everybody's up on the ladders. They have all three ladders, all six guys up there. They brought out the fireball ladder, so we got to see what that was used for. I mean, you had to bring it out, right? Just fucking had
at
to.
Some point. And then it got destroyed, and I was thinking to myself, maybe that was it. And nope, they had a backup.
Yeah.
Two fireball ladders.
Yeah, we didn't just have one. We had two. We had a backup one. Yeah, I mean, there's times in the past where they had unique ladders. Like, I remember, like, there's ones where they had, like, an extremely short ladder. And then there was one Big Show had his own ladder because the big ladder. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then there's the really tall ladder. Like, there's always unique versions. But, yeah, now it's not fun no more. Now we're doing logos. Ugh.
Yeah, it's not fun when you know they're just doing it for the money, not for entertainment reasons, not for the product, not to improve the product,
right?
Just because somebody cut a check.
Yep. So like, I honestly have to say during this match I did not see the turn for Solo and why am I drawing a blank here? Jacob Fatu. Yeah, I didn't see that coming. I definitely would have put that in the cards of happening during this fucking match. You thought maybe it would happen, you know, during a Raw episode or
well, yeah, I see where you're going with it. For me, the moment I saw Jacob starting to help Solo out, I was like, oh, he about to turn on him. Like, once everybody was laid out in the ring and it was just Jacob and Solo, and then Jacob was like, get your ass up, get up, and started helping him, that's when I knew. I'm like, oh, he about to turn on him right here.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's like, at the end of the day, it's like, yeah, he does have a title. It's like, if you get that briefcase, you could be a threat to me. But there's gotta be more than that to the story, you know.
I don't know. I kind of wish they would have done a better tease of it rather than doing basically the same thing that they did with Bayley and Damage Control last year.
Yeah,
where Solo's talking shit with JC Mateo, and then they walk off, and then from behind, here comes Jacob. I heard you, yada yada. Basically repeating the same thing that Damage Control with Bayley last year, where Damage Control was talking shit about Bayley, and then as they walk off around the corner, here comes Bayley with the look on the face like she heard it all. So they basically repeated the same spot. So, we all knew the turn was going to come. I just wish they could have used a little bit more creativity in developing the turn or teasing it.
I heard, through the grapevine that we're getting yet another bloodline member.
Gotta replace Solo.
Yeah,
we gotta replace Jacob.
Yeah, and it's happening supposedly this SmackDown coming up. So tomorrow for us, today's Thursday. So
I wouldn't be surprised to see if that segment kick off SmackDown.
Yeah, because after Raw we got that. I would like to see like Naomi come out, get some mic time. So there's just some stuff that wasn't really touched on during Raw. So yeah, dude. I enjoyed this match. This is where I thought it really started to pick up. It sucks that like this is the second to last match where it decides to pick up. There's a I'm trying to think of the move that Penta did. What it's called? He did it to Andrade on the ladder. It's like
the sunset flip powerbomb.
Sunset flip. Ooh, I was like, that was rough to do on a ladder. Some of the moves that these guys do on the ladders,
it's crazy.
Yeah, and it's like
didn't Penta hit a Mexican destroyer on somebody too on a ladder?
Yeah, and it's like just the amount of damage that some of these guys take, just giving it to the other guy, willing to take that bump to make it look that good. I don't know if we broke any. I guess we did break some ladders, not in half.
No, but they broke the first fireball ladder.
Oh yeah,
I do remember that.
Fucking fireball ladder, man. What the hell?
But yeah, we did not get this year that we got last year is we did not get anybody go off a ladder through a table.
Yeah, that's true.
Whereas last year we had Chelsea Green take that spot. I think last year. Yeah.
Well, not everybody can be as great as Chelsea Green. So.
That's true.
A lot of people are. I know I saw some people complaining about why does Seth Rollins need it. I'm just like because like they're gonna run it back. I feel like we're gonna run it back with the heist of the century. I think I'll talk more about that when we get into Monday Night Raw. But I think it was the right move. Out of all the people in this match, I think it was the right move.
I agree. It was the right move. The only downside to it is that, unlike the women's match, I think it was pretty blatantly obvious to everybody that Seth Rollins was going to win this match. Like, just looking at the lineup, like, it wasn't like the women's match where you could make a legitimate argument for anyone.
Exactly.
No. Ain't no argument for Andrade. Ain't no argument for Penta. Even if he is hot right now, he's still new and not in title contention territory yet. Barely an argument for Solo at this point, especially compared to Jacob Fatu. Not much of an argument for El Grande Americano, really, as a Money in the Bank briefcase holder. Like, the only two people in this match who really had any kind of legitimate arguments to winning was either Seth Rollins or LA Knight.
Absolutely.
That was it.
Absolutely. And I just thought where Seth Rollins is positioned right now, I was like, unfortunately, LA Knight, you're gonna have to take a back seat. Yeah. And it sucks because
you're popular, but you ain't on Seth Rollins' level. Not at this point, and ain't much intrigue in you walking around with this briefcase, threatening to cash it in on heel champions.
Yeah, I mean, come on, like we know the potential that briefcase has of excitement with Seth Rollins behind the wheel of it. Like, ain't nobody gonna create a moment like Seth Rollins. You know, when he first cashed in that first briefcase, it was great. You know, like I was going through that WrestleMania miserable, thinking, you know, I'm not gonna be happy regardless who wins. I'm just not. I know I'm not leaving here happy. I don't care if Brock wins. I don't care if Roman wins. You know, Roman was not the guy. Brock's never here. That's how I felt at the time. It's vastly changed the way I look at Roman now. But having Seth just out of nowhere running down that ramp, man, just hold on to that briefcase for the right moment. And him always being the shit heel, just, you know, at any time, like, you know, he's that asshole who would cash in on you, man, at your weakest point. He ain't gonna come out and make a match like, oh, you know, I'm gonna wrestle you next week at the next pay-per-view. Like, nah, man, Seth is gonna cash in on you when you are broken, you are weak, and you are vulnerable. And that's when he's gonna. And now that he has muscle and he has Paul Heyman, like, it's just, I'm excited to where it's going for all these guys. Because that briefcase is just also going to help elevate the rest of the guys in that group, I think. Because they're now a threat as a whole. So
yeah, I mean, and the Money in the Bank briefcase pretty much works its best under two circumstances. Either a heel holding it and waiting for the right opportunity to cash in and take advantage of something.
Yep.
Basically, as a constant looming threat, or a babyface winning it to cash in very quick order against somebody and finally become a champion. Like, ain't no real interest in a babyface champion or a babyface holder walking around with this briefcase for months on end talking about, you never know when I'm going to take my moment. You never know. Like, that's not how baby faces work. Baby faces operate on right here, right now. Let's do it.
Mm-hmm.
Not, I'm gonna wait for the right opportunity. You know, opportunism is heel tactics. So, anything else on this match?
No, man. Again, another prediction that I made. Pretty happy. I was like, all right, I am 3 for 4.
Yep. So, I think everybody got that prediction right.
Yeah.
I don't know anybody in their right mind again that would have picked anybody other than Seth Rollins, other than the most diehard of LA Knight fans. But anywho, moving on to the main event. We got Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso teaming up against the team of John Cena and Logan Paul. And there ain't no point in even beating around the bush on this match. Like, there was nothing special about the match. It was typical heels beating up the good guy, taking advantage of them, until ultimately their egos, you know, worked against them. Mm-hmm. They got into each other's face enough for Jay to make the tag to Cody. Cody come in, start cleaning the house, yada, 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 fight. Hero come back, yada, yada. Heels put a stop to it. Think they have the advantage. Oh, no, they might win. Man in Black shows up, whooping ass. And who is it? Our Savior has returned. The truth has returned to set the WWE free. Our truth is back. Pop of the night.
Absolutely pop of the night. Probably the highlight of the whole PLE, to be honest. It really is.
It was the highlight of the whole fucking show.
It was. You I kind of enjoyed this match too, because, damn, Jey Uso got worked in this match. He got worked for a while.
Yeah.
And then
they were setting us up for Monday.
Oh, god damn. Poor Jey. Knowing deep down inside he knew his future, his fate. Dude, I just saw Cody Rhodes do the Stardust flip that he does.
The cartwheel. Oh yeah.
Because Logan Paul mocks him, then does it. Yeah, you're right. They ran Jey down pretty hard in this match, and then their egos basically got too big. Jey and Logan and John, their egos got way too big. And then they couldn't work together. They couldn't get on the same fucking page. Of course, that's when Cody got the hot tag, and that's when everything just changed. This could have been a Raw match, right?
Yep.
It could have been a Raw match.
This match had nothing going for it other than star power.
Yeah, it's really just keeping
the return of R-Truth coming back.
Yeah, the first match Cody has had since WrestleMania. You're seeing keeping both the world champions busy, but on the card. And then throwing Logan Paul in there, good for him though. Like Logan Paul getting himself in this main event with these kind of with both champions and Cody Rhodes. As much as people hate Logan Paul and shit on him, I have over the years have slowly started fucking defending him, especially as a WWE superstar, because we've seen him, man, put in the work. This man puts in the work. Yeah, I've seen him work on moves. He puts in the time to work on these moves that he wants to do and pull off. His promos probably aren't the best, but his in-ring capability has fucking vastly improved. And anybody who can come into this sport and pick it up that quickly, I always praise. So not just his in-ring ability, but where his character's been put as well. And he's definitely not the most liked person. Oh, go ahead.
Right. Yeah, I don't think anybody has doubted his in-ring ability. He's pretty much shown that from day one that he's a guy that can absolutely perform in the ring. I think what he has shown now over the years and time is that he can do more than just hit a cool spot every now and then. He's showing that he's actually starting to understand the psychology of it now. And he can actually work a competent match without having to be carried as much by the more experienced veterans. I think that's where his growth has really started to come through now, is that he's not just there to deliver the crazy spot where he jumps, halfway across a ring or jumps from the turnbuckle onto the announce tables or something crazy like that. Granted, yes, he'll still pull those off and they'll still look dope when he does them, but he can do more than just that now. And that's where his improvement has come. Still nowhere, he's still 1,000 years away from anybody cheering for his ass because he's just that fucking unlikable.
Yeah, but
his in-ring performance is still to be respected.
Right. I mean, hell, if you go your whole career being a heel, whatever, boos are also, good for business. I mean, they
definitely are.
I remember hearing, the old saying in wrestling, it doesn't matter if they cheer you or boo you. It's when there's complete silence is when you should be fucking worried. Because
that's when they don't care.
That's when they don't care, exactly. When they're sitting on their hands, they're not getting up. They're not. You're not vibing with your music. They're not, cheering you. I don't know. There's wrestlers like that when they come out, they just do not have the chemistry with the crowd. But that's what you gotta have, man. Whether they have to hate you or love you, you can't. Unfortunately, you can't just linger in between there and just get by. It just doesn't work that way in the business. I think, honestly, if I was a wrestler, I would love to be a heel. I think I would generate just heat all the time. It would be so fun to be a heel. I could see why it is fun to be a heel.
Yeah, I mean, being a babyface is relatively limiting. You can only do so much as a babyface, whereas a heel, you can pretty much do whatever the hell you want.
Yeah, man. I just want to
do whatever you want just to be hated.
Just whatever town I'm in, man. Just shit on your town.
Yeah. Whereas as a babyface, you have to, you're contained within a box. There's certain things you simply can't do because those aren't babyface tactics. That's not what a babyface does.
No. And this is what this was, man. This is like the super baby faces versus the super heels. But I guess that's what they want Cena to be. But like we're not booing Cena as much as they want us to. And why, man? Like, yeah, I understand he's a heel, but this is what we wanted. Okay, it's hard for me to boo him because this is what I've wanted for fucking years. I want John Cena to go back to his heel persona. No matter
what, it's just that he's going to get cheered by fans because it's their last time seeing him.
Mm-hmm.
The moment that he announced that this is his final run, he's only going to get booed so much because regardless of where he's at, fans know it's the last time we're going to see him in that ring. And if
I'll tell you what,
lucky cities for him to show up in.
What I'm really enjoying about this retirement tour is the countdown of days. He's really making you realize how important his time is that's left. Because like on Raw, he's like, we're down 19 days. He's like, we are halfway through this. And it just fucking hits me, right? It's just like, oh shit, like he's counting down his days. And he gave a good promo about like, stop bringing me these jokes, like, about R-Truth. Like, stop bringing me these jokes of wrestlers. You don't waste my time. Bring me competition. Like, I only have 19 days left, and you're wasting them. Like, fuck.
And it's kind of wild when you think about it.
Mm-hmm.
As he said, we're halfway through his run, this final run, and we're also about halfway through the year. They've kind of done a pretty damn good job of spacing out his appearances and not making it feel like he's taking these long breaks.
Yeah.
Like he's felt like he's been a pretty consistent part of the roster throughout this entire year.
And like for people calling like, Cena a part-time champion, just like The Rock was a part-time champion. And I was like, yeah, they spaced it out.
Yeah, granted he has not had any matches on Raw, but he's worked every single PLE this year.
Yeah, exactly.
Like Rumble, Elimination Chamber, WrestleMania, Backlash, now Money in the Bank. Am I missing one? Yeah, I'm missing something. What else was Backlash? He worked Saturday Night Main Event.
Yeah,
now
basically every night
he's set to be a Night of Champions.
He's defended it, or at least wrestled. He's done a lot of running back of old feuds, but I'm fine with it. I'm fine with where this, retirement tour is going.
This is what people wanted, though.
This is what we wanted.
People wanted,
and I'm getting it. I like it.
What did everybody say? We want Cena Orton one last time. We want Cena versus Punk one last time. These are things we're getting.
Yeah, you're right, dude. You're absolutely fucking right. Yeah, you know what? Like, I'm good with this match. Do you want to put anything else in before we roll into Raw?
No, because like I said, the highlight of this match was the return of R-Truth, which I will say a lot of people, when it initially happened, everybody thought we were getting worked. That was the initial reaction from everybody, like, yo, WWE just worked the shit out of us. They played the fuck out of us.
Right.
No, they did not. Apparently, this is a deal that came through in the last minute. I think they said like within the last, from what I've seen of the story, is that it happened within the last 72 hours. So pretty much the last 3 days. So I'm guessing it, after the reaction in the Backlash, apparently R-Truth was, Ron, let's go ahead and call him Ron now. Ron Kelly. Right. Apparently Ron was ghosting WWE. He wasn't returning their phone calls or anything at all. He was just letting them feel the backlash, letting them feel the outrage from the fans and the backlash, apparently from within the locker room itself, that the roster wasn't happy about it either, and let them feel that. And it took Nick Khan to get involved for things to finally move towards a resolution and getting Ron re-signed. So, no, they did not work us. They did not play us. If anything, Ron Killings worked WWE.
Yeah. I like how the post-show interview asked Triple H about, was this a work or whatever? And he just said, it's all part of the show.
Part of the show.
And I was like, nah, man, you guys stumbled into something fucking wonderful here, and you just running with it.
I don't even think they stumbled into shit. I think they miscalculated. They tried to make a decision based off money instead of people.
Yep. And
when you're only thinking with your wallet, you're going to end up making fucked up decisions or dumb decisions like this. And it bit them in the ass.
Yeah.
They were like, we got to make a money decision. But, and this is one thing that, as much as, we may not want to praise Vince for, this is one, most people will probably look at this and say Vince would not have made this kind of decision.
Yeah, I believe that.
He would not have let this kind of, if I got to trim the fat, if I got to cut the roster, there are plenty of other names that I can let go of before I let go of Ron Killings.
Yeah, I absolutely agree, man. That's one thing that Vince was pretty good at, was trimming the fat, getting rid of guys who were collecting checks who shouldn't for a while.
Yeah, who weren't bringing anything to the table, but still either appreciating his long-tenured stars or guys that still brought something to the table.
Mm-hmm.
And even if R-Truth as he existed was never going to be a world champion caliber athlete or a world champion level star, he still brought plenty of value to that company, to that locker room.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I'll insert it at the end of the show, but I do have his promo of him talking about, being the clown, being R-Truth as the clown. That guy is gone, man. And I do like the fact that R-Truth got fired, but Ron Killings got hired, and he cut his hair, man.
Raw at this point, as much as we're talking about it, yeah.
Yeah, and he cut his fucking hair.
In the Raw.
Which, by the way, his hair to begin with was hanging on by a thread. But
to a certain extent, yeah, the dreads weren't as full as they once were. Which, yeah, I mean, you can look at it for a while and be like, all right, brother, it might be time to start. Don't take it to the house on them dreads.
Yeah,
the fact that he actually did it, though.
Yeah,
my fucking jaw hit the floor.
Oh, dude, so did everybody else's. Holy shit! He was
going to do that.
Yeah, I mean that's a serious, shocking move for his character. Like, okay, he's serious. Like the art, and you know what though? I always thought getting rid of R-Truth, I never thought his character could ever go back to being something serious, and I thought he was too far gone as a clown, because I do recall him being a serious contender. I do recall him tagging with The Miz, going against The Rock and John Cena at Survivor Series. I do recall
their ass whooped in that match.
But still, that's where he was, man. That's where he was where he was playing at. Like, he was playing in the main event with The Rock and John Cena at the time as a heel. Like, he wasn't a joke. And, don't get me wrong. I loved everything this man has ever fucking done for this company. Every skit that he's ever done, there's hits and misses with me. Because I go back, and when I watch them in, a bunch, at once, there are ones that have made me fucking laugh. I notably one, they were doing, a tables, ladders, and chairs match, and they go to pull a table out. I think Orton pulls a table out or somebody, and R-Truth is laying on the table as they pull it out from under the ring. I was dying. Him showing up to the Royal Rumble with a ladder, or, thinking some Money in the Bank. man, I just shit like that. He just had me dying all the time. You know, the way he would, I don't know, mispronounce people's names or whatever. Like, always funny. Always funny. I'm glad he's back. I'm glad he's doing a character change. I think it's absolutely wild that he's going to get, like, people are thinking, like, you know, a bigger run at 50-something years old, like 53 or whatever he is. Like,
that's where I'm at. That's what I'm hoping for right there. I pray that they actually give him a serious run now, that this isn't just a flash in the pan, like, I'm serious now and I'm going to go out here and I'm going to talk serious, but still just lose all the fucking time.
Right, exactly. Where are we going? Like, who are you going to beat? Like,
right.
What?
They need to ride this thing all the way.
Yeah.
Let him take it all the way. If at least a serious, legitimate world title or WWE title shot. Not that bullshit we got on Saturday Night Main Event where everybody knew he had zero chance of winning anything, but it's like, oh, do it for the world. Shut the fuck up with that bullshit. Like a serious fucking match where people could go into that match and think he might legitimately win this, and he gets a legitimate shot. As long as he gets a serious, legitimate shot, enough to make me think he might actually win, I'll be satisfied. Even if he ends up coming up short. I would love it for him to win the title and get a championship run. I think he deserves it. And I think with the fans behind him right now, there's definitely all the potential in the world to get there. But as long as he's serious, even if he comes up short in the end, I'll be satisfied. Just as long as they book him with the respect that he deserves.
Right. Yeah, dude, I absolutely agree. Let me get in here. Like, what else kind of went on Monday Night Raw?
It's me, it's the DOYLE. Hello, PCW Universe. I am still working my arse off. Hopefully that will not last too much longer, but I thought I'd drop in and give you my thoughts on Money in the Bank. But first, man, was Worlds Collide fun. I can't remember the last time I had that much fun watching a wrestling program. Really good shit there. So that was a great show. On to Money in the Bank real quick. Let's see. I got half of this right and half of it wrong. Start with the women's match. Naomi won. That's what I called. That's what I thought should have happened. And I was looking forward to this match more than the men's, but I thought the men's match was better. This match was about 25 minutes long, and it was just too long. And it just felt like going from one spot to another spot, to another spot, to another spot, to another spot until Naomi eventually won. It just wasn't a lot of connective tissue to kind of bring it all together. So that was kind of disappointing to me, but I think Naomi was absolutely the right choice. And I think she's going to be a lot of fun. She's already been fun with the briefcase. If you saw the little video of her going through the contents of her briefcase, which included, amongst other things, a stun gun, a knife, a Jimmy Uso action figure. So that was good. What was next? Dom and Octagon, I think. I mean, this card needed another match, so that was good. Good to tie this card, the Money in the Bank card, into Worlds Collide. I also thought was good. Maybe in retrospect, Iguana might have been the better choice than Octagon Jr., just because he seems to be blowing up. But I guess they probably couldn't have known that quite just yet. Quick little match, gets Dom on the card and gets Dom a win. Nothing really to see here, but nothing bad either. What was next? Oh, the Battle of the Irish Lasses, not lads. If they were lads, though, that would be okay. I picked Lyra to win this. Great match, I thought. I guess Becky winning makes sense. And now Bayley's back. Lyra didn't seem too thrilled to see her, though. I could maybe see a world where Lyra ends up siding with Becky against Bayley or something. I don't know. It'd be interesting to see where that goes going forward. Men's Money in the Bank. This was the better Money in the Bank match, I thought, even though I was not looking forward to it as much as I was the women's. Again, got the winner right, Seth. And even though this match was longer than the women's match, it didn't feel longer. This was really great stuff. This kind of felt like what Money in the Bank should feel like. Even though I think Money in the Bank should have remained at WrestleMania, but neither here nor there. But yeah, real fun match. I think Seth was the right way to go. I thought he was going to cash in on Jay after Jay beat Gunther, but obviously that didn't happen. I don't know what the fuck is going on with the World Heavyweight Championship scene at the moment. I mean, obviously love Gunther. Not a huge Jay fan. Interesting to build to the Jay match, rather from the Royal Rumble to WrestleMania was about twice as long as Jay's title reign ended up being. It's kind of weird. I'm sure there's a plan to continue to elevate Jay. Kind of unclear what that is at the moment. We shall see, but of course I love the Ring General being back as the World Heavyweight Champion again, his rightful place. As for the tag match, this was kind of a match of tale of two halves, if you will. This was just dragging ass, boring as fuck, I thought, until Cody got that hot tag and the whole thing turned around. And that Jay getting the heat segment, he could have chopped 5 minutes off of that. If that first half had been a little tighter, this might have been Joe Test likes to say, everything's an instant classic. This was kind of an instant classic if you cut out the first half of it, because the second half was just great. Balls to the wall, foot on the gas, really good shit. The only thing, and of course, great to see Truth back. But it's always weird when a babyface interferes on behalf of a babyface. Like, Cody shouldn't need that help, right? But that's neither here nor there. Truth going forward. I guess obviously it's a big story coming out of the match. Who knew this was coming? I am a little concerned because he's beloved, but he's beloved as the goofball. And yes, we have wanted to see the serious side. And so I think he will get some leeway with the audience, but I just hope he can pull it off. That would be my big concern. But I'm definitely looking forward to seeing where that goes. I think he deserves everything coming to him, all his flowers, as they say. Because, this guy's been on the roster forever. And maybe he can do that Ron the Truth killings, kind of like what he was in TNA. I never really watched a hell of a lot of that, but I've seen a few of the matches. But that was, how long ago? 20 years ago, 15 years ago, something like that. So let's see if he still can pull it off. I hope he can. I have faith, but I'm not sure how much faith I have in Mr. Levesque at the moment. So jury's out on that one. I guess that's all for now, boys. Hope you had a good show. And I will pretty much have the rest of the summer off, so I'll be around. Fuck Phil. Go Red Sox. I'll see you guys later. Bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome back to this little promo. I have to give one. You know what it's going to be about. Yeah, just sit here and listen. You made it this far into the show. What we're going to talk about is something very important. It's social media. Why aren't you part of the Twitter page, the Instagram page, our Facebook page? Join, share, And you know what? You get in there, we'll send you a link to the Discord. What's the Discord? It's where you can talk to us all day about wrestling. Not just that. How about you go to our website, podcastchampionshipwrestling1podium.com, where you can leave a review. Not just a review, you can write into the show. You got a question, we'll answer it. But it doesn't stop there. Oh no, it doesn't. We offer so much more. Do you want to be on the show? Do you want to shoot the shit with Dre, Doyle, and myself? Be a guest. I'll give you your own theme music. Yes, I will. But it doesn't stop there, guys. You gotta go to ProWrestlingTees.com and buy a PCW shirt. Oh, we don't have one. We don't have two. By God, we don't have three. But we do have four. 4 new t-shirts on ProWrestlingTees.com. So what the hell are you doing? You made it this far. Are you a fan or what? Are you a fucking mark? Tell them.
You fucking mark!
Time's running out. We were talking about it before. They're going to be running back old feuds, and one that they're going to be running back is the John Cena and CM Punk feud. It's often could be cited as one of the greatest rivalries in WWE history. It was a significant period of their careers. It was built on a clash of personas. Cena, the clean-cut corporate star, and Punk, the anti-establishment rebel. The feud involved memorable feuds over the WWE Championship, culminating in Punk's shocking victory at Money in the Bank in 2011, which to me, so memorable. Punk's run in 2011, the summer of Punk, basically. One of John Cena's many great feuds. So they're basically just running this back. Like, he's like, you only have like 19 days left. He goes, when and where? Because he's like, I want I want to run this back. I want to wrestle again. And like, I'm just like, yes. Like, I'm all for it. And I guess there were some tweets a couple years ago about Punk not wanting to go to Saudi or something, but I feel like that was more of a character tweet. I didn't think it was personal. But they brought, I guess John Cena brought that up, is like, you're gonna have to go against your morals and come to Saudi Arabia. So that's where we're gonna get Cena and Punk in Saudi, which to me sometimes sucks, because I always felt like everything that happened in Saudi was never, like, it's not canon. We have like imaginary titles there, and we have greatest rumbles and whatever there, and they don't fucking mean shit once you get back to the mainland. Like we had, what did we have last year? We had Cody beat Gunther, champion versus champion. But
the Saudi, that was
and we got back, and
that
kind of meant nothing.
Fucking, what the hell do they call those titles? The
greatest champion of all. I don't fucking know.
I don't know. Yeah,
the undisputed. There's always a long, lengthy other fucking name.
Crown champion, Crown Cup champion, or some, I don't know, some bullshit that don't mean shit.
Yeah, exactly. Because it once you come back,
Side Quest champion. That's what we call them.
Yeah, once we come back to mainland, we come back to the States. It's never brought. Not even the next episode of Raw or SmackDown. It's not brought out. There's not talked about. Braun Strowman wasn't wearing that.
We got
that title.
Yeah, he didn't. And Liv and Cody weren't rocking their titles. The title stayed in Saudi Arabia. They got rings to represent those titles.
Well, yes, you won these titles, but you cannot take them with you. No, give them back. We will give you a ring, though. Like, what? Yes, sir. Right. We will give you a ring. You thought you were leaving with these titles? They are worth so much money. They are worth 2 islands. Yeah. So yeah, I'm excited for that feud to run back. I don't know about you, man.
Looking forward to the match itself. I mean, well, I won't say I'm looking forward to seeing how the story plays out. I almost got ahead of myself and say I was looking forward to the match itself. I'm looking forward to the story.
Right.
Because I'm not about to let it escape me that we're talking about 2 guys in their late 40s, almost 50, having a match.
Yeah.
Both of them are in their late 40s.
Yeah.
Having a match.
You're bringing me back down to earth.
Yeah, one of whom very much has to protect himself because he has Hollywood obligations.
Yeah.
So, the story should be great. The build-up should be great. The actual in-ring action of the match itself, don't get your hopes up too much.
Yeah, you just grounded me. But you're right though, man. You're right. I shouldn't have.
Although I will say though, in their defense,
the
little scuffle that they had in the Elimination Chamber, where they mixed it up for a little bit, they looked good there.
Yeah.
So I mean, if they can take that and extend that to a full match, then maybe we'll get something good. Maybe we'll actually get a good match out of them.
And that's what I mean. Like, this is what I mean by good storytelling, because like we're talking all the way Elimination Chamber. We kind of got like a little tease of it, and you kind of got the crowd's reaction. That's a good time to like feel out, like, you know, maybe that was a good time. They were like, maybe we should try to feel out this feud again, see if people want it. And we got a little bit of these two, exchanging hands in the chamber, and we liked it, man. We were like, yes. Yeah, you're right, man. These guys are a lot older. I can't let my expectations be high, but the story, dude, the promos are going to be so good. These guys are going to cut I really feel like maybe one of the best promos of the year could be in this feud. Could be. Because these guys know each other so well. They have so much dirt on each other to cut. Each of them have each other's number. Yeah, dude, like they have each other's number. They tore into each other
this past Monday.
Yep.
Hell, just the promo that Punk cut on Cena this past Monday was a damn good promo.
I know, dude, and that's why I'm pretty psyched about it. I'm excited just for the next promo that these two are gonna fucking cut on each other. So, all right. Also, they started the King and Queen King of the Ring, Queen of the Ring tournament. So we're getting qualifying matches, I guess.
Super rushed.
Yeah. I'm gonna run down just the lineup here for the men's. We got Sami versus Fatal 4-Ways. I'm sorry. Fatal 4-Ways, that does seem super rushed.
Yeah, because I mean
I don't even think you have that option in the video game to do 4 Fatal 4-Ways.
Yeah, I mean that's what they have to do given what timeline they're working with the finals happening at Night of Champions. Like I said, I mean I pretty much spelled it out on Raw this past Monday.
Yeah,
what the schedule is probably going to be. Not saying it is definitely going to be. What it's probably going to be is we got 2 qualifying matches on Raw.
Yep.
Well, 2 qualifying matches this week. We got 1 men, 1 women this week on Raw. Right? With Sami Zayn winning his match. And who came out of the women's match? It was Roxanne Perez. Yes, in a shocking advancement.
Yeah, dude.
I'm surprised they actually put it on her. I'm actually glad that they did, but we got those 2 Monday.
Yep.
We're probably going to get the other 2 this Friday on SmackDown. And then next week, we'll get the semifinals. No. Yeah.
You're right. Semifinals.
Yeah. We'll get the semifinals matches probably next week. And then freaking
Saudi.
What you call it?
Saudi will have the finals. Yeah, women's Fatal 4-Way was Rhea, Kairi Sane, Liv Morgan, and Roxanne Perez. Yeah, you're right, man. Definitely did not see that win coming. Again, everybody predicting Rhea maybe for this. Mommy of the Ring or something, you know? Nope. Liv Morgan. Nope. Fucking Kairi Sane. Nope. Roxanne Perez. I like it, dude. I love the fucking the mix up here. Next Fatal 4 Ways: Jade Cargill, Michin, Piper Niven, and Nia Jax. After that,
which my prediction is probably going to be Jade Cargill.
That's what I'm thinking too. Next one is Flair, Alexa Bliss, Chelsea Green, and LeRae. What's her name?
Oh, no.
Candice LeRae. No. Damn it. Johnny Gargano's wife.
Yeah. That's Candice LeRae. Yeah,
okay.
Candice LeRae.
I don't know who I was thinking.
Come on now.
I'm thinking.
It's going to be Nia Jax.
No. I'm talking with the Flair, Alexa Bliss, Green.
Oh.
And Candice LeRae. Listen. This is crazy. Chelsea Green.
Oh yeah.
Right? Flair. Flair and Alexa Bliss are too big
Flair,
for this.
Bliss. It's either going to be Alexa, or it could be Alexa Bliss or Chelsea Green. I don't think it's going to be Charlotte, just because looking at the final match on that side of the bracket, which is Asuka, Stephanie Vaquer, Raquel Rodriguez, and Ivy Nile. I'm almost certain Stephanie Vaquer is going to come out of that match. And I don't see them giving us Charlotte Flair versus Stephanie Vaquer this early.
Yeah,
that's
right.
A PLE level match. I don't see them giving that away on an episode of SmackDown.
Oh, but you know what they do give away is, hey guys, Asuka's returning next week.
Right. Spoil the shit out of that.
Yeah, let's not put a fucking question mark. That would make things exciting for a whole fucking week. Let's just spoil
we gotta have a random mystery dude in a match.
Fuck.
Random mystery dude, but let everybody know Asuka's returning.
It's the small things.
Make it make sense.
Yeah, make it make sense. Absolutely.
Whoever the dude is not going to be that big of a shock. It's pretty much gonna be one of two people. It's either gonna be Ron Killings, which will get a huge pop, or I forgot who the person I was thinking of that it could possibly be.
Yeah,
I can't remember who the other person. Huh?
I
don't remember the other
have no
person
idea.
I was thinking of, but it's probably going to be Ron Killings. That would be my guess. If you want to if you want to give it a big pop, make that mystery person be Ron. But
yes,
you could have done that on both sides, and then when we got the shock of Asuka returning in the match, could have added some hype to it and could have made some intrigue. Like, oh shit, Asuka in this match, she might come back and win it.
Yep.
But I doubt that.
Yep.
Like I said, I don't see Stephanie Vaquer versus Charlotte Flair happening in the semifinals. Because one of them got to win, and I don't think they're gonna knock down. I don't think they're gonna job out Vaquer to Charlotte, and I don't know that if Charlotte is going to put over Stephanie Vaquer either. Not at this point. She probably fucking should, if you ask me. But
yeah, I mean, it's
although
gonna be
you
interesting.
might make for a fun spot of Charlotte trying to pit her long back attack versus Vaquer's Devil's Kiss.
Yeah,
that would make for some intrigue. But nah, it's probably gonna be. I think it's probably gonna be Chelsea Green Bliss coming out of that one, and then one of them going on to Stephanie Vaquer.
Yeah,
and then my pick for the finals, I think I picked Stephanie Vaquer versus
Jade.
Say Stephanie,
or do you think Roxanne Perez versus Stephanie?
I could, yeah. I think I could see Roxanne Perez versus Stephanie Vaquer in the finals of the King of the Ring tournament. I thought it might be Jade Cargill versus Stephanie Vaquer, which maybe I won't rule out. It's still possible, given that it is Night of Champions. I mean, that is a match worthy of that type of show.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's definitely a match of that caliber, and which definitely could go either way. And then man, that could go either way, because I could see the scenario where Jade Cargill wins it, gets her match at SummerSlam, and then they do that hype up where she's facing maybe Tiffany Stratton at SummerSlam, because they've been teasing that for a little bit, hinting at it. And then we get Jade versus Tiffany at SummerSlam. Although, to me, that match just doesn't say SummerSlam, though.
No.
Jade Cargill versus Tiffany Stratton, like, they're both too new. They both don't have that. Even though they're both bright stars, they're both popular and both over, I just don't know. One, I don't know that they would put two baby faces against each other like that. Like, the fans just refuse to boo Tiffany Stratton, even though she acts so bitchy all the time, and not in an endearing way.
It's Tiffy time, man. I'm just a fan.
Yeah, and Jade Cargill is still very much over with the fans. So, I mean, how do you book that kind of a match?
Right.
Like, who would be the antagonist? So that's the one argument against it. Also, again, both of them still being fairly new to where that type of matchup doesn't really carry the kind of weight that you would think it would for a SummerSlam. But there's the possibility of the match happening, Jade Cargill winning, and then Naomi immediately cashing in on her at SummerSlam, and Naomi walking out of SummerSlam as the new WWE Women's Champion.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I'm kind of like, it could go either way. Stephanie Vaquer, if she comes out as the champion, then who do you pit her against?
Right.
You know, she'd be the Raw champion. She's on the Raw brand, so presumably she would be challenging for the women's world title. Stephanie Vaquer versus Io Sky? That match would be absolute fucking fire. But how do you build it up?
Yeah.
Like the match itself would cook in the ring. Those two cutting loose, that's a show stealing match. But I just don't know how you build it up.
Well, this is definitely potential for them to put her on the fucking map. I mean, like, don't get me wrong. I think Stephanie would be a great choice to be queen of the ring. But I'm also pulling for Chelsea Green. I know it's crazy. It's a crazy pick, but I think it fits the fucking gimmick.
Yeah, but then you got to deal with the thing of she lost her U.S. title, can't get her own U.S. title back for shit, but now has a guaranteed WWE Women's title shot. Again,
I keep forgetting that. I keep forgetting that that's the payoff. It's not just King of the Queen, but yeah, you're right. The title shot makes it so much different.
Yeah, because this one's much more rigid. It's not like the Rumble win where they get to choose who they face. Like, no, whoever they win, they're facing that brand's champion. That's why they have their names in red or blue borders around them.
Yep.
To let you know what brand they represent. So whoever comes out, it's either going to be they're either challenging for the WWE Women's Championship if it's SmackDown, or the Women's World Championship if they're on Raw.
All right.
But then there's also the way it's formatted. It's probably going to be somebody, like, it's not going to be a SmackDown versus SmackDown in the final, or a Raw versus Raw. So one of these sides somebody from Raw is going to make it to the finals, and on the other side, it's going to be somebody from SmackDown.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, you're absolutely fucking right about that. That's the only way it's going to end.
It's right. The only way it's going to have any intrigue.
Right.
Is one from each side. So that pretty much rules out Jade Cargill versus Chelsea Green.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
It rules out a Stephanie Vaquer versus Roxanne Perez final, because they're both Raw.
All right, let's. Well, I won't.
Hey, stop thinking. I could brainstorm about this fucker for the next 30 minutes.
All right. Look. Well, we did mention Bayley is back. Looking fine as ever. So we're gonna see her inject herself into the Intercontinental title scene. We also saw LA Knight. Looks like he might be starting a feud with some Bloodline members. That'll be, or not Bloodline members.
Seth
Rollins faction. Yeah. So I would like to see Seth Rollins and LA Knight go at it. I think that'd be fucking interesting. Promos would be pretty interesting. Also, we got a Nikki Bella returned, and it looks like she needs to make those alimony payments. So she might be feuding with Liv Morgan at Evolution. Looks like we're finally getting a second Evolution. She was there for the first one.
Yep. And there's now rumors that her sister Brie may be coming back to join her as well. So
you know what,
could possibly be dealing with the Bella twins versus maybe Liv and Raquel.
Honestly, I'm fine with it. The women's tag team division needs some sort of injection of something. I'm for it, dude. Listen. Unpopular opinion, because I'm always that guy, right? Being a mark for fucking wrestlers like Charlotte, right? But I'm also, before I was a mark for Charlotte, I was a mark for fucking Nikki Bella. Maybe not so much pre-Bella, but I didn't, I always thought like the tag titles eluded them right. It's something that happened like right after they left, basically. But the women's tag division needs something, and if she's gonna be on the roster, I'd rather her and Brie be doing something tag division than doing something in the main title picture. So if this is where you want to put them, maybe elevate the tag titles. Go for it. With that said, because there's two more things I want to talk about. What's that?
Yeah, we agree that the women's tag titles need something.
Yeah.
That something ain't the fucking Bella twins.
I knew there was going to be some pushback. Let's go. Let's hear it.
Something ain't the Bella twins. Like,
what else you got right now?
For me, I've completely given up on the women's tag titles. Like, they're just placeholder belts so that somebody can hold a belt while not actually holding a belt that matters. Like, Liv Morgan is clearly a main event level talent, and if she's not going to be in the women's world title or WWE women's title picture, this is a way to keep her still a quote unquote champion, giving her some sort of merch to walk around with at all these public appearances that she's doing. Whether she's showing up on Complex to go sneaker shopping, she got that women's world title. That women's tag title on her shoulder. Whether she's going out to Japan filming movies, she's got that that women's tag team title on her belt, on her shoulder. So to me, that's pretty much all this is. I've given up on it. I've given up on the women's tag division. It ain't shit. It ain't gonna be shit. If freaking Bianca and Jade Cargill couldn't keep it going, the fuck the Bella twins gonna do?
Shit.
Like, the last time that those belts were even remotely interesting was when Bianca and Jade had them.
Yeah.
And they were defending them. Like, that was the closest them belts have gotten to being interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So no, I've given up on it. I'm done with it. If we do get a tag team match for the women's tag team championships, I hope Nikki and Raquel keep them.
Yeah.
Even though we know they ain't gonna do shit with them.
Mm-hmm.
Because the Bella twins are not the saviors that the tag division needs. Like, yeah, who the fuck do Liv and Raquel even have to defend against?
That's what I mean. Like, there's nobody. There's nobody. And what sucks is there's so many women on the fucking roster. So many.
Yeah. So many women, but no tag teams. There's just people they throw together. They had Kaden and Katana, who were a legitimate women's tag team, and they fucking released him.
Yep.
Yeah, Kairi Sane is back now, which makes me fearful that Io, given that they haven't done much of shit with her title reign as of right, like, has she even defended it? I don't think she's even defended it since she won it at WrestleMania. She had one defense, but she's barely defended it. She's just holding it, and then she shows up. Then Nikki Bella shows up on Raw, and Io's like, I appreciate all that you've done, and and freaking kissing the ring of Nikki fucking Bella. Like, really? Like, really? It almost makes me fearful that they're going to take the title off of Io and then throw them back and throw her and Kairi Sane in the tag division and probably make them the ones to dethrone Liv and Raquel. And then you'll have Io, again, another former champion who's a main event level person who is not in the title picture but still deserves to have a title, now holding this meaningless tag title.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Rant.
I got you all fired up, man, about the women's tag division. I know it's going to work.
Got me annoyed about the damn women's tag division.
I knew because, like, when she came out, or was it that, or when she was in, I think it was, yeah, during that whole segment, I saw my Discord lighting up. I was like, oh, shit, Dre's going to town. He's tearing Nikki Bella apart. Not in a good way.
No, it wasn't even me. We were still talking about the freaking King and Queen of the Ring tournament during that segment. I don't think we were saying shit about Nikki Bella.
Yeah. Well, I saw my Discord lighting up. I was wondering if people were tearing it apart. You know what? I'll give you some negative points here about Raw. Our women's world champion, Io Sky, back where she's always at, just fucking backstage, man. Just backstage segments. We talked about how they spoiled Asuka's return. Somehow Austin Theory and Grayson Waller are still a tag team when all they do is tease about breaking up and they're still a team. How Jacob Fatu joined the Bloodline and is now broken up with the Bloodline in a matter of this tag team never breaking up. We got announcement that WrestleMania is going back to Las Vegas. I believe this is the first time ever.
Boo.
Yeah, I feel like this is the first time we've ever gone back to back. Second plays. Time. Is it?
First time they did it since WrestleMania 4 and 5.
Oh.
We're held back to back. I think in Jersey or somewhere. Yeah, WrestleMania 4 and 5 were held back to back in the same location.
Mm-hmm. Damn. Yeah, I mean, wasn't it supposed to go back to where was it supposed to go to? New Orleans?
Yeah, it was in Jersey. Yeah, WrestleMania 4 and 5 were both held in Atlantic City, New Jersey, at the Atlantic City Convention Hall, formerly known as Trump Plaza.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was 4 and 5. But that's the last time WrestleMania was held back to back in the same location. It was supposed to be in fucking New Orleans because that's where we were thinking of actually going. Like, I was thinking of going to New Orleans, even if I wasn't going to go to WrestleMania itself. I was planning to be in town for it that week and attending everything else. I think Carlos was considering doing the same thing. Like, a couple of us were really thinking of like going down to New Orleans for WrestleMania week. And for my money, I probably would not have bought tickets to WrestleMania itself unless they just had an extraordinary card that really says, all right, you got to fork up a couple $1,000s for this shit. Otherwise, I'd have just hung out in New Orleans all week and just found a good watch party to go to that Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah.
And watched it with people. That would have been my plan, but no. These motherfuckers want to go back to Vegas again. Which I'm not completely opposed to it. I got an uncle that lives in Vegas, so it's not like I'd be struggling for somewhere to stay. I can just stay with my uncle for that week and shit. And go check out the wrestling stuff and probably repeat the same thing. Find a fucking bar or a cool ass spot in Vegas, party spot to watch it at. But man, I don't know. I was looking for, even though I've never been to Vegas and I've never been to New Orleans, and they're both two places I want to visit. For some reason, I was more looking forward to visiting New Orleans for the first time than I am possibly going to Vegas for the first time.
Right.
It's probably because I'm fucking 44 years old. And I feel like I'm too damn old for Vegas.
Ooh, I know what I want to talk about. Let's talk about the men's King of the Ring tournament here. Where we might think this is heading. The first fatal 4-way match they had was Sami Zayn, Penta, Braun Breaker, and Dominic Mysterio. Sami Zayn advance. Surprising.
Which surprised me for all of 5 seconds.
Really?
Yeah. Okay. It surprised me at first because I was like, oh shit, Sami Zayn actually won? But then it hit me. Where's Night of Champions being held at? Saudi Arabia. Who's the most over motherfucker in Saudi Arabia in the whole damn roster? Sami
Zayn. Dude, you're like, yeah, exactly. I already see it happening too,
dude.
Him
into the final.
Yeah, right into the fucking finals.
He's going to be in the finals.
Okay, so let me go off who else is there. For SmackDown, they have Orton versus Knight versus Aleister Black versus Carmelo Hayes in a fatal 4-way. Then they also have Cody Rhodes, Damian Priest, Andrade, and Nakamura. Where the hell have you been? What the fuck?
Like,
where have you been?
Not even that.
Are we gonna get
those three? Oh, go ahead.
And then Raw we have Sheamus, Rusev, Bronson Reed, and a mystery partner. Which now that I look at it on the right side of the bracket, I can see Cody Rhodes obviously advancing. Okay, the mystery person, I don't know who that is, but that's gonna be a pretty big, match with Cody Rhodes probably, right? I don't know who it's gonna be.
Depending on who it is, because Cody versus Sheamus ain't moving no needle. Cody versus Rusev ain't moving no needle. Cody versus Bronson Reed ain't moving no needle, though.
But so
it's got to be whoever that mystery person is, who, again, at this point, my money is on it being Ron Killings.
Yeah. And then
you get Cody versus Ron in the semifinals.
Yep. And then, whoever advances from there, we get Sami Zayn versus, probably Cody.
Versus somebody from SmackDown, because Sami Zayn is Raw.
Yep. And so I'm guessing Cody. Sami versus Cody. All right, man. Check this out.
Damn, they keep making men's shit so damn predictable.
I know.
I can sit here for 30 minutes brainstorming possibilities on the women's tournament. And you look at the men's tournament, it's like, oh, it's them two motherfuckers right there.
Yep.
Like, fuck everybody else in the tournament. It's them two right there.
It's like you and your best friend all playing like the tournament in the video game, and you guys are on both sides. So it's gonna come down to you two anyway, right? Yeah. So check this out, man. Sami Zayn wins this, right? Who has Gunther's fucking number? Sami Zayn, right? Sami Zayn
versus Gunther again, though.
I know, but this man now. I mean, we'll get into it, but now this man now has the world title, right? This man is hated right now, right? Sami Zayn winning that world title off of Gunther with that much heat taken off of Jay, and then his fucking title gets cashed in on by Seth Rollins, and that first title win gets taken away from him. Talk about nuclear fucking heat.
Yeah, there's that.
There's that.
You'd also be repeating this, but then you'd be basically doing the same thing twice if they do because that's basically what I just booked for Naomi.
Yeah.
She steals Jade Cargill's first title win. I don't know that they're going to repeat the same thing twice. I don't know that we would get both cash-ins at SummerSlam. That would be kind of surprising. And again, you're basically booking the same thing twice. So that would be, redundant as hell.
There's that.
And
also go ahead.
And also, it's SummerSlam. This is a 2-night show. So they do have to have a bunch of matches to fill out both nights, but they also need to make it feel substantial to warrant being a 2-night thing. They can't really phone it in. So they got to bring the heat with some of these matches. Like, we've got to have some big name matches. Now, obviously, I'm pretty sure we're going to get a Roman Reigns sometime soon, with SummerSlam coming up. So he'll obviously add something, and we've got, whatever Cena's going to be doing, whatever Punk will be involved. So we still got big names in. I just don't know, with all these big names floating around with matches to be had at SummerSlam, that Gunther versus Sami Zayn is going to be the match that's going to, be one of our big top championship matches. Like, that doesn't move the needle. I don't know that anybody's fiending for Gunther versus Sami Zayn part 3 or 2 or whatever it is. It's just not it. And that was part of the big complaint about Gunther's first world title reign, is the fact that he was the world champion, but he was basically defending against a bunch of quote unquote mid-carders. He wasn't fit defending against the top names on the roster. So I think he's got to defend at SummerSlam against a big name, against a major name. Who it's going to be is TBD, but he's got to defend against somebody of status. So he's got to defend against a top name at SummerSlam. So we'll see who that is. For my money, I think Cody Rhodes is going to come out as King of the...
Yeah, son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Although, like,
come out as King of the Ring, and probably, which will set him up to, we'll set up Cody versus Cena 2.
Yeah, maybe
we'll get the rematch.
Maybe, because I also thought of, dude, this is also another crazy idea. This is all because Seth with this briefcase, man. What if Punk does beat Cena for that title? And then, who hates Punk more than anybody else on that fucking roster right now? Who would love more? Yeah, dude. Who would love more than to fucking take that title from CM Punk, take that moment from him, and ruin it? Because he said, I'm trying to save wrestling. I am the savior of wrestling, and who does he hate more than anybody else on that fucking roster right now is CM Punk. I think if he's going to cash in and take the glory from anybody, it's going to be Punk. And it would be an interesting way to see the title taken off of Cena. But, yeah, I never, to be honest, I never thought Cena needed the title to begin with. But now that we're already there, now that we're there with the 17, I'm good. Now you can still have your, I don't know. It's crazy. That's a whole can of worms right there.
Yeah, the prospect of Punk getting cashed in on by Seth Rollins, yes, is interesting. But then, and that could be an interesting way of getting Seth Rollins as WWE champion, and then Gunther obviously can remain world champion. You get 2 heel champions. I think there's a greater chance of that happening than cashing on the World Heavyweight Championship, definitely. But then that would leave you, that would lead you towards Cody versus Seth Rollins at SummerSlam, which I guess we're far enough removed that you can run that back again, even though we already have done that 3 times. I don't know if it's out of people's memory enough to where they want to see it again. So, quote unquote, soon, even though it has been a couple of years. Then there's also the fact of you have Seth Rollins' clique to deal with. Because if he's the WWE champion, that is the SmackDown belt. So is he no longer showing up on Raw and then starts showing up on SmackDown? And does he now take Paul Heyman, Braun, and Bronson with him? Because then, damn, you just snatched 5 people if you count Paul Heyman. Well, not 4 people. Yeah, you just snatched 4 people off of Raw and threw them on SmackDown. Which ain't really much competition for him over there on SmackDown other than Cody. I don't know.
You're not wrong, dude.
It's kind of murky. I think out of usually we don't see both briefcases cashed in quick succession together. Usually one of them is cashed in fairly quickly or soon, and then the other one is held on for a while. I think Seth is going to be the one to hold on. So I don't think he's going to cash in between now and SummerSlam.
He's going to wait for that perfect fucking opportunity, I guess, huh?
Probably, or they're just going to save it for a later point in the year.
Right.
I do think Naomi cashes in between now and SummerSlam. So,
right.
I don't know. It's a lot of things juggling in the air, but I think one thing we can say is almost certain is Night of Champions, Men's King of the Ring tournament final, Sami Zayn versus Cody Rhodes. You can pretty much write that fucker in pen. Because there ain't no way we get in the Night of Champions Sami Zayn on the card. And I don't think they're going to reduce him to just a cheap segment where he just comes out and, speaks to the crowd and then leaves. I think they want to see him in something meaningful in a match that matters. And Sami versus Cody will be a good match. It will be a damn good match. And that crowd will be lit for that match between Cody and Sami. And I think that's what WWE wants. They want a great in-ring product with a live-ass crowd for it. And just looking at the competitors in this match, just like the Money in the Bank ladder match, who in the hell else can you make an argument for out of all those names in that men's tournament? Randy Orton been off television too much for him to come back and just suddenly become King of the Ring.
Right.
LA Knight, motherfucker been banging his head against the ceiling for the longest. He ain't breaking through now. And everybody else is mid-card.
Yeah, dude, it's true. It's so fucking predictable. It's just, it's not fun.
Right.
It's not fun. At least not the men's.
Damian Priest is maybe the only other person you could argue with, but I don't think they're going to reward him again no time soon. Like I said, I think he's pretty much in the Bobby Lashley territory now, where he's a perpetual contender, but never a challenger.
Right.
In other words, anytime there's a tournament, guarantee his name's going to be in there, but he's never going to win it. And I don't think they're going to strap that rocket to Braun Breaker as of yet, given that they just paired him up with Seth.
Yeah.
So that would be a real conundrum of having, Braun Breaker as King of the Ring and Seth Rollins as, Money in the Bank briefcase holder. That's the old, which obviously that's already been ruled out because Sami Zayn won. So he's already out. So yeah. Sami, Cody, Orton too soon. Everybody else is mid card.
All right. Well, I guess let's move on to the big topic of discussion here. I got everything on the list, crossed off all my notes here. The last thing we're going to talk about, is they did a world title exchange on a Monday Night Raw. And I will admit, dude, I was seriously caught off guard, along with probably the rest of the world. It was basically, the whole thing was I'm going to put you in this hold. I'm going to put you in this hold. Oh, yeah? How about this hold? How about this hold? It ended in a submission. And yeah, like I was very shocked, man. I didn't see this coming. I'll read to you. I do have here after Jay lost his match. By the way, Son was there. Whew, rough. Not probably the worst time for like, Dad, can I go to work with you? Yeah, it'll be fun. I don't think maybe that would have been a good. Probably wasn't the best time. But he goes, ladies and gentlemen, this is my youngest son, Jace. I'm so happy I brought him on the road with me this weekend. Y'all seen him a couple of times on video with me, even though I lost. I'm so glad he's here with me, traveling the road with me. I really want to say I'm sorry to my son. I'm sorry to everybody here. I fought my ass off. Gunther is that dude. One of the best athletes, one of the best pros I ever stepped foot in the ring with. At the end of the night, I got hella respect for the man, so give it up for Gunther, but I'm going to run it back. Fucking short but sweet, you know. I heard that their plans for him are basically to throw him and Jimmy back in the tag team title scene. Rough.
Yeah, it's terrible in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like you go from being this over as fuck single star, still over as hell.
Yep.
Made it to the top, world champion, and now, get back with your brother and go be tag team again. Like, in what division? Like, are they going to throw him into SmackDown for the WWE World Tag Team title scene and have them competing there with all the other heavyweights, which might be interesting for that.
Right.
Or are they going to throw him into boring-ass, dead-ass Raw tag team scene, competing for the World Tag Team Championships, hoping that the Usos will elevate that, which, they might elevate it holding it, but it's going to die when they don't have any fucking teams to defend against that's worth a shit.
Right.
What are we going to do? Usos versus New Day for the 412th time?
Yeah.
Like, I really hope they don't go that route. That's a terrible decision. I get it that, Jimmy is over there floundering on SmackDown, basically just showing up and getting his ass kicked all the time.
Yeah.
But damn, I would much rather them stay separate. Let Jay just have other singles feuds with people. Let Jimmy get his slow burn and eventually, become a mid-card contender. Let him contend for the U.S. title. Let him actually do some stuff instead of just get served up to get his ass whooped all the time. Break him away from the Bloodline 2.0 and beefing with them all the time. Let him forge his own path as a individual competitor. He can work. He's good. He's arguably better than Jay on the mic. So I mean, I'd rather them do that. I'd rather them stay. I don't want to see the Usos back together. Not at this point. Not until they both had legitimate, long, sustained singles runs. I mean, they just got reunited last when the Bloodline, or OG Bloodline, got back together. We don't need to go back to that well again.
Yeah, I mean, it sucks, but unfortunately, that's where they're going, man. That's what I heard. That's where they're going.
I think it's still rumored at this point, and I hope it's just that rumor.
Yeah. Yep, I agree. I mean, I also saw a promo of Gunther talking about going backstage. He goes, there was nobody there to cheer me. He goes, there's nobody, everybody went home. He goes, I just came back to an empty locker room. He goes, but I have friends at home. He goes, I don't need friends here. I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to do business and bring prestige back to professional wrestling. So, I like to save when I'm like stuff through my my phone throughout the week. I always forget. There was this one meme of CM Punk. I forgot I wanted to bring up. Where he talks about how he didn't want to go. I guess AEW promo speaking about how he didn't want to go back or go to Saudi ever for the blood money. There's this meme of Lisa Simpson doing like her poem she wrote about Snowball, and it goes, "There was a wrestler named CM Punk. He cried. Punk left AEW and went to WWE. He tried. He said he wouldn't go to Saudi. He lied. I thought that shit was funny. Maybe, the Simpsons are good fucking things to do memes off of. But
right.
Yeah, I could just hear it in my head, so.
Yeah, I mean, that's just kind of what helped put a little extra sizzle on that promo exchange. Like, I'm pretty sure that was a very self-aware, conscious thing that they put into that exchange where, Cena said to Punk, if you want, he didn't just say, you want to challenge to me for this, I'll see you in Saudi. No, what did he say to Punk? He said, you're going to have to come to Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, like you're going to have to go against your morals.
That was a very deliberate way of saying that line. In other words, we know that what he said in the past, that he wouldn't go to Saudi.
Yeah.
That's a heel Cena doing the very heelish thing, making the babyface do the thing he doesn't want to do to get what he wants. He's like, yeah, you want this belt? I'm going to make you do the thing that you said you would never do. Hop your ass on this plane and come see me in Saudi Arabia if you want it.
Man, I'm liking it, dude. I'm fucking psyched.
We shall see.
I know.
The promos are going to be fire.
This is all I got, man. I'm Doyle busy on the road. We totally forgot to mention about Doyle. I know how it brings up at the very end of the show. But we got his predictions last time, and now I have his wrap up of his post show, his opinion. I'm going to insert that at the end of the show as well. Of course you're going to get Doyle's point of view. You're crazy. Of course, we're doing this new thing where, he's on the road. He's going to get a live mic, and he's just going to rant his opinions, and I'm going to upload them. Hell, you know what? the thing is I don't even give him a fucking time limit. He can send them. They could be like 6 minutes long, or they could be like 3 hours. I don't know. But I just whatever, man. I'll just upload it. You want to talk about something for an hour and a half? Fuck it. Let's do it. Let's see who still listens. Just rant for an hour. No, and I wanted to talk to you about somebody reached out to me today about this podcast called Sofa King Smarks podcast. It's another wrestling podcast. They reached out to me today. They're on Spotify, so I give them a shout out. Might get one of the guys over here for an interview, and hell, maybe even some of their other guys. They said they don't record very often, and I was like, well, if you have an itch to talk about wrestling on a podcast, I was like, we'll get you on the show.
You better dust your damn mic off and get to talking with us then, daggone. These shout outs ain't free.
Yeah.
But one of y'all or more, one of y'all better drag y'all carcasses over here and chop it up with us.
Yep. Yeah, it's in the works. And like I said, I'm always down to give people here interviews. And people are always like, well, what do we talk about the interviews? I'm like, we'll talk about wrestling, man. Like, why do you love wrestling? What makes you watch wrestling every week? Do you still watch wrestling? And if you didn't, when did you stop? Why did you stop? Have you ever been to live events? Have you ever met a wrestler? Like, there's always questions, and the thing is, like, they are the general same kind of questions, but everybody has different, unique stories of where and when they're wrestling.
Everybody, like the question I always ask everybody: what's your wrestling story?
Yep. What is your wrestling story?
Different.
And
everybody's is different.
And from all ages.
We ain't bringing you over here to ask you for stock market advice.
Fuck no. I'm not asking you here, just give us predictions all the time, but we want to know your story, man. Or a woman. And you know what? I don't mind. Like, it doesn't matter the age either, because I have older fans who talk to me about wrestling all day at work. And I have fans who don't watch it anymore, but they're like always talking about the Attitude Era, And dude, how many times do you ever get that wrestling fan who goes, "Yeah, I used to watch it during the Attitude Era. I would totally watch it again if Stone Cold Steve Austin would come back." And I'm just like, you do fucking understand. He's like 50 something years old, right? You do understand, right?
I watched the Stone Cold came back.
Yeah, dude. Those people, I just go, all right, can you please just turn around and just walk away from me?
No, you know who those people are? Those are the people who heard about the Mike Tyson Jake Paul fight and thought Tyson was going to whoop Jake Paul's ass. Oh shit, Mike Tyson forget it. He about to fuck Jake Paul up. Mike Tyson is 60. He ain't whooping nobody. No, man, you see the video of look at him training. He look like he still got it. That was 30 seconds.
And for those people, I have a button for you.
3 minutes. Shut the fuck up.
For those people, we have a button for you.
You fucking mark!
Fucking marks. So that's all I got, man. Little plugs here and there. We're gonna put some Doyle's, post story in there. We're good. I'm gonna put the Ron Killings promo at the end as well. That's it, dude. All I got is.
Yep.
We got nothing else to plug.
Until next time.
Yeah, man.
4 letters. 1 word. Damn. Jay lost.
Actually, real quick, before I leave, guess what I heard? Guess what I fucking heard? I heard we might be getting Gunther versus Goldberg. That's why Gunther's in the prediction he's in with that title.
Oh, way to end this show on a whimper.
Okay.
Y'all brought our truth back. We want truth. Y'all got our truth. We won. Our truth is back for all of you. Every last one of you. But our truth is back. I'm back for me too. You see, not only did y'all bring truth back, you got me. Now, we all love our truth. I love our truth too. But our truth can be too funny all the time. Our truth can be too nice. And he's too forgiving. Not me. I wish you would. I feel different. I feel alive. And for any of you that thinks I'm a lie, you think I'm some sideshow act? You think I'm a gimmick?
Yep. Oh my God, no.
truth? The truth has set me free. I am Ron Killings. I am the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Now put some respect on my name. You are the world's dumbest son of a bitch.
The fact that day in and day out for almost 6 years I have proved to everybody in the world that I am the best on this microphone, in that ring, even at commentary. Nobody can touch me.
You are not ready for Oscar!
Because the Street Profits are up and we want the smoke.
You're next. Talk about your songs, talk about John 3:16. Austin 3:16 says I just whipped your ass.
Well, let me tell you something, brother. New day!
The cream will rise to the top. Oh yeah, Macho Madness here.
Welcome to the Kevin Owens Show.
Lately, he just hasn't been very oozy.
Because I'm the Miz, and I'm awesome.
Those rotten bastards.
Bye-bye, bitch.